Hey guys, this is Rosen Ding Studios here, and welcome back to another rant video. And today, I'm going to be doing a rant on Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is a horror parody of Winnie the Pooh, and is one of those horror parody based on the popular children's IP, which is gonna become a trend. This is technically the second horror parody of a children's IP. First one being the Mean One, and came out just this year, in February 2023, and is directed by Rice Frick Waterfield, and it stars Nikolai Leon, Craig David Dosweth, Chris Cordell, Amber Doig Throne, Maria Taylor, Natasha Rose Millis, Natasha Tosini, Danielle Ronald, May Kelly, Paula Coys, Danielle Scott, etc. And so basically the plot for this movie, it tells a story of Christopher Robin, who is now grown up. He leaves his childhood friends, Poe, all those characters behind to go to college. But then as the years go by, Christopher Robin doesn't come back. They believe that Christopher Robin has abandoned them and they start to starve. They have no honey, they have not even any food, and so they decide to become monsters to eat people as their food, and so they decided to eat Pooh, and Piglet decides to eat Eeyore, and then they go in this quest to eat humans, to be able to find food, and also they eat humans. One of the reasons as to why they eat humans is so that they can practice killing and eating humans, so that when Christopher Robin comes, they can get their revenge on Christopher Robin, apparently. So I think everyone knows how bad this movie is. I mean, there is literally not a single person who said this movie is good. I know some people who said that this is rather a so bad it's good movie, like a guilty pleasure, and I can totally see where they're coming from. But yeah, we can all agree that this is not a good movie, not even a decent movie, because let's be real. Many people would say the problem with these horror movies are based on popular children's IP. It's just the fact that they exist and they quote unquote ruin their childhoods. I think if you know me so well, like, I think I've said this many times on my channel before, ruining your childhood is not a valid criticism. It's not valid criticism, because it just means that you're watching movies to relieve your childhood, to look at nostalgia, and if the movie fails, then you're just gonna cry about it, be like, oh boo-hoo, it ruined my childhood. Like, that's not a fair criticism, but at the same time, it is a very dumb idea. It feels like it came out of nowhere, and they're on a low budget, so that says something. And yeah, everyone has ranted on this movie before. I mean, even the YouTubers. And what a coincidence, because yesterday Animat even posted his video reacting to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, since he watched it for the first time. I remember I watched this movie on camcorder for the very first time. I didn't do a review on it. I didn't do a review on this movie because I just didn't feel like it. I watched this movie camcorded. I watched this movie actually camcorder, but I never got around to watch this movie in full HD, and I just did yesterday. And yeah, one thing I noticed when I watch this movie is that there are it is very dark, and I couldn't see anything. But I thought, it's just because of the camcorder. Maybe I should watch this movie when it comes to full HD, so I can like see the entire thing, see the full thing. And many people have criticized this movie for being too dark with its cinematography, and the fact that you can barely see anything. So yeah, I watched this movie for the first time on HD last night, and yeah, So if you're wondering my thoughts back then, yeah, I gave this movie a 2.5 out of 5. I thought it was a very so bad it's good. It was very entertaining, in a very stupid way. Yeah, it was very stupid but entertaining. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this actually came out on the same day as Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. But correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania is such an underrated masterpiece, and it's still to this day my most underrated movie of the year, and maybe even my number one movie. I like that everyone else hates. Yeah, I love Quantumania, and it is by far no competition the best movie of February 2023. But Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is the complete opposite of Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania, because yeah, this movie is garbage. Yeah, I realize now that this movie is complete garbage. But I'm not the reason. But yeah, the fact that this movie quote unquote ruins your childhood, ruined, is honestly the least of its criticisms I can give, the least of it, and also I can't believe there are some people who think that Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania is worse than Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. I heard some people say that, oh, I'd rather sit through Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey than Quantumania. I'm sorry, but give me one good reason as to why you say that, because that's just BS right there. I'm sorry, but if you think that this movie's better than Quantumania, then go F yourselves. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. So yeah, what is there to say about this movie? I would admit though that this isn't the worst movie of the year, like what a lot of people say. Yeah, many people call this the worst movie of the year. Wouldn't go that far. It's not even going to be my top 10. Yeah, there are worse movies, especially with horror movies. You know, like I take this. I would say that it isn't my top 3 worst horror movies of the year, but I take this over The Exorcist Believer, and especially Meg 2 the Pope. But yeah, I take Blood and Honey any days over those 3 piles of garbages. Those two. But it is right up there as one of the worst horror movies. It's not even, and not to mention, it's not even the worst movie of February 2023. That would go to the unamazing Maurice. Yeah, that, aka the worst animated movie of the year. Well, technically now the second worst animated movie of the year. Y'all know what the worst is. I don't need to say it, but yeah, I will say though the reason why I don't think this is among the worst is because there are actually some good things. There are actually some positive things I can say about this movie. I will say that the premise is actually very interesting. The premise is interesting. Especially with the opening. There's actually some interesting things. Yeah, the whole idea about Christopher robbing a band, like Pooh and his friends being led to believe that Christopher Robin abandoned them, which is what turned them into monsters because of their starvation. I'll admit that Pooh and Piglet actually had some good motivation on why they're killing. It's because they're starving and they just want to eat something. So the only thing they can eat is humans, and so they committed cannibalism to Eeyore. But I think Eeyore is the kind of character who would volunteer. To get killed, because I'm sure if you know Eeyore so well, you know what I'm talking about. And the opening sketch, explaining the story of how Christopher Robin left them and how they started starving, is actually very creative. The sketches are very good, actually, and there are some decent kills as well. There is some decent kills, like for example, there was this one kill scene when Pooh literally slices this guy's face off with his bare hand. No pun intended. That was actually really cool. I was like, wow, cool. He actually just chopped him. I mean, but yeah, it is stupid. I know, but how would someone just slash someone with his bare hands? Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. But that's pretty much it. Now let's get into the main problem with the movie. The main problem I have with Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is that it doesn't take full advantage of its premise. It promises to be very stupid, and it promises to be very stupid and very yeah, it promises itself to be very stupid and very very just stupid in an entertaining way, because you know these horror parodies movies are stupid ideas, and you want a stupid dumb fun from them. But yeah, I mean, take a look at the mean one. The mean one actually worked for me. Yeah, the mean. I'm not gonna review the mean one. I don't fancy it, but the mean one actually worked for me because it actually was very self-aware. It didn't take itself too seriously, and best of all, there's actually a reason as to why the Grinch um became, like, you know, a horror parody character. It actually makes sense because the Grinch was already a monster. The Grinch is evil. Is supposedly a villain for ruining Christmas. So he could, you know, ruin Christmas by just scaring the kids and just terrorizing them. And that's why the mean one was good for me. I actually enjoyed the movie. I don't care what anyone else says. They all just like, oh, this movie ruined my childhood. Yeah, I honestly defend the mean one. I actually gave it like I would actually give that one a 3.5 out of 5. But Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, on the other hand, I cannot defend this one because it actually just, like what I said, it fails to deliver its promises, and as a result, this movie is not self-aware. This movie is not. This movie takes itself too seriously, and it just came off as a generic slasher movie by the end, and you just don't care. All you're watching is just Pooh and Piglet, as you know, like as if they're Ghostface. They're in Ghostface mask. Yeah, they treat they treat the faces of Pooh and Piglet like as if they're like as if they're, you know, they're just mask, killer mask, and there's like a human being behind it. That's what it feels like. Yeah, it feels like, you know, something like Halloween. Maybe not Scream, because, you know, if it's a Scream ripoff, then there definitely would have been a human being on the mask. But this is basically a ripoff of a ripoff to Halloween. You know, Pooh and Piglet are, you know, they're like Michael Myers twins or something. Yeah, they just come off as Michael Myers ripoffs, or like all they do is just go around killing people, and that's basically it. Yeah, that's all you see. But there's no creativity behind it. There's no imagination. Like, it's so obvious that they did not know what to do with this movie, and boy, and my God, the designs of them. Oh my God, they're just literally guys in a mask. It's obvious. It's so obvious that they did nothing and nothing. I mean, Pooh kind of looks like Pooh. I think it's bearable, but Piglet, oh my God, yeah, Piglet looks nothing like Piglet. He's basically, Piglet is basically just like a regular warthog who looks like Pooh, but with, you know, those sharp whiskers. I don't know what you call them. I'm stupid right now, but that's what Piglet looks like. And also, why is it just Pooh and Piglet? Where are all the other characters? Yes, they did kill off Eeyore in the beginning of the movie. In the beginning of the movie, and kill off Eeyore. But they showed Kanga and Roo in the beginning of the movie. Where were Kanga and Roo with this one? Maybe you could say that they didn't want to participate in this, but they actually were involved in killing Eeyore, so of course they would have had some vendetta. And I know some people were asking, where is Tigger? Well, technically the reason as to why Tigger wasn't in this movie is because of public. It's because Tigger wasn't in public domain at the time when this one came out. But it is confirmed that Tigger is going to be in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. With why is there a sequel to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? Just why? Yeah. On reflection now, I think I'm dreading Blood and Honey 2 even more than Mufasa the Lion King. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 is now my second least anticipated movie 2024. I mean, yeah, second only behind, well, obviously Despicable Me 4. I mean, what else did they expect? But yes, I would take Mufasa the Lion King any day over over Winnie the Pooh Blind and Honey 2. Because at least with Winnie the Pooh Blind and Honey, because with Mufasa Lion King, you're actually watching a real film. Yeah, this movie just doesn't look like a real film. And I will say that I think Winnie the Pooh Blind and Honey 2 could be better because at least the designs because it has a higher budget, but I still think it'll suck. I still think it'll suck hard. Especially when Tigger's design, he's just basically Pooh again, but Pooh but with a different color. Yeah, that's the thing. And a lot of the kills are so they're like, I mean, despite a few decent kills like what I said, most of the kills have no creativity. There's nothing in them. They're all just a blind slasher fest. They like the kills. It's just all stabbing and all that stuff. There's no cool creative kills. There's no chance. I think it's just like, oh, stab, 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 and smashing their head, drowning them. Run over by a car. Yeah, you've seen those kills many times before. It does nothing new with its kills, and that's the thing. And what else? Oh yeah, and some users have pointed this out, like Harry Thomas pictures and Animat. Yeah, but this is a woman-hating movie. Yeah, Harry Thomas pictures and Animat, both of them pointed this out. But yeah, I've actually never really complained about the movie being woman-hating, but this movie is woman-hating because they literally put all the female characters front and center just so they can get killed off. And what's worse, these characters literally had no character at all. They're all just there just to get killed off, but they have no character, and they all just make stupid decisions. Like, when a character gets threatened, these human characters, these who are not killed yet, they just watch them and they just stare at them and be like, okay, we can't do anything about it. We'll just watch them die. I mean, bro, that is so stupid. And don't get me started on their cringeworthy acting. Yeah, I mean, you call those guys actors? I'm sorry, but they don't act at all. They weren't. I wonder if they were even trying to act. They were just like, I don't know. Like, are they like, they're all a bunch of B movie actors, but it makes you question, did they even act at all? No, I don't think they were acting. I don't know what they were doing, and don't get me started on Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin in this movie is so annoying. Take me instead. I'm sorry, Pooh, for what I did. Oh, take me instead. Don't take them. Please. Oh my God, he's annoying. The actor who played Christopher Robin gave the worst performance. Yeah. Who agrees with me that Ewan McGregor is a far better Christopher Robin than whoever that so-called Christopher Robin was? Oh yeah, and you know what? You want to know another thing? There is no ending to this. This movie doesn't end. It just basically the ending with this movie. It's basically Christopher Robin's girlfriend gets stabbed, he gets killed, and then Christopher Robin runs away, and then it cuts to the end. Like, wow, that is somehow not to do an ending. Like, yeah, there is no structure. It's just a first act and a second act, but there is no third act. There is no conclusion. It's non-existent. Maybe because it tried to set up a sequel, because Christopher Robin would have died in this, but no, he's still alive. Obviously, they're setting up a sequel, and a completely unnecessary sequel. And you know what? Screw it. I'm done here. I am done. So overall, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is everything this movie should not have been more. What should have been a dumb, fun, entertaining horror film resulted in just a plain bad movie. Although it is kind of a dumb, fun, entertaining movie at parts, and there are some good things about it. Oh yeah, I will say I also like the music. The music is also one minor positive thing about the movie, but I don't know if I'll actually remember the score. But yeah, overall, all in all, this movie is just nothing. It's just nothing. It's just nothing but a generic slasher horror film that just copies other slasher films, especially Halloween. And yeah, this movie is there's just basically nothing in this movie at all. Yeah, if you want to see a better horror parody movie based on a children's IP that actually is able to be dumb and fun, watch The Mean One. Yeah, I already mentioned The Mean One is. I already mentioned the Mean One. And if you want to see an actual if you want to see a Winnie the Pooh movie adaptation that's dark and grim, without being too offensive, just watch Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin is honestly my personal favorite Pooh movie. Yeah, best Pooh movie, Christopher Robin. Worst Pooh movie, Blood and Honey. I give Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1 star out of 5. Bad movie. Wow, man, what a rant that was. Oh boy. So for my rant on Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, what are your thoughts on this movie? I mean, doing to say that, who in the hell likes this movie? But I got a question. Who agrees with me that Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania is a far better February 2023 movie than this piece of crap? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for stay tuned for other videos to come. But stay tuned for my quick reviews on the recent horror movies from September to October. And stay tuned for my rant on Hotel Transylvania Transformania. And more Disney videos, and maybe my top 10 best and worst horror movies if I feel like it. So yeah, bye guys.